So, good afternoon. First year BCom Computer Applications, Semester 1, Unit 2, Unit 3, Revision. So, number systems. So, what are number systems? What are the different types of number systems available, and how to convert from one number system to another number system. So, we will discuss all these things. So, what are number systems? Number systems are, there are four types of number systems are available. First one is a decimal number system, binary number system, and octal and hexadecimal number system. So these are the four different types of number systems are available. First one is decimal number system, second one is binary number system, third one is octal number system, fourth one is hexadecimal number system. So similarly, how to relate, what is the relation between from one number system to another number system, and how to convert from one number system to another, and how to represent integers, characters and floating point numbers in binary. What is binary arithmetic? Means like adding binary numbers, subtracting numbers, like that, and arithmetic operations like one's complement and two's complement, like that. So all these are the different topics we are going to discuss here. So first one is number systems, that is binary, decimal, octal and hexadecimal numbers. So binary, decimal, octal and hexadecimal numbers. So most number systems use positional notation. Means, what is a positional notation? Means how a number is formed. How a number is formed means, generally capital N is equals to a n into capital R of n plus a n minus 1 into capital R n minus 1, like that. So where capital N is an integer with n plus 1 digits. Capital N is the integer with n plus 1 digits, and small r is the base, and ai is belongs to, or a is a subset of 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 up to r minus 1. So capital N is equals to an into r power n plus an minus 1 into r power n minus 1, like that. So for example, if you take 278, how 278 is formed means, here it is in a decimal number system 10. So that is base 10. Decimal number system generally have 10 digits in it, means 0 to 9, so that the count is number of digits in a system is called as a base. So in decimal number system we have a base 10, that is have 0 to 9 digits are decimal numbers, and so 278 is formed by using the above formula. So 278 is equals to 2 into 10 square plus 7 into 10 power 1 plus 8 into 10 power 0. So how 278 is represented means 2 into, that is start from extreme left to start from extreme left digit to right digit towards. So first digit is 2 into the base is 10, so that 2 into base is 10 power. Here there are 3 digits are used, so that n minus 1 means 3 minus 1 is used. So generally we are writing from left to right by using extracting all the digits and all the base or all the base numbers. So 2 into 10 square plus 7 into 10 power 1 plus 8 into 10 power 0. And generally any number power 0 means it is 1. Any number power 0 means 1. Similarly 10 power 0 means 1. So 278 is formed like this: 2 into 100 plus 7 into 10 plus 8 into 1. So these are 3 parts: 100 part and a 10th part and 1th part. So similarly, how to form or how to convert a binary number to decimal number. how to convert a binary number to decimal number. For example, binary 1001, how to convert binary 1001 to decimal equivalent. So here the base is 2, the base or radix is 2. So what is base or radix? Generally base means the number of digits in that number system. For example, in decimal number system we have 10 digits, so the base is 10, and in binary number system we have 2 digits only, 0 and 1, so that the base is 2. And in octal number system we have 8 digits, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, so total 8 digits, so the base is 8. Similarly, in hexadecimal number system, there are 16 digits are used, that is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10 means capital A, 11 means capital B, 12 means capital C, 13 means capital D, 14 means capital E, 15 means capital F. So in hexadecimal number system we have 16 digits, that is 0 to 15, and decimal 10 is represented by capital A, and decimal 11 is represented by capital B, and decimal 12 is represented by capital C, like that. Decimal 15 is represented by capital F. So here we want to convert binary numbers 1001 to decimal equivalent. So the same formula will be applicable starting from extreme left to right, that is 1 into the base is 2, so that 1 into 2 power 0, 1 into 2 cube plus 0 into 2 square plus 0 into 2 power 1 plus 1 into 2 power 0. So this is the conversion from binary to decimal equivalent. Similarly, how to convert a octal 263 to decimal. Here octal means base is 8, so starting from extreme left, generally octal numbers have 8 digits, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So decimal 673, octal 263. Octal 263 is written as 2 into 8 power 8 square plus 6 into 8 power 1 plus 3 into 8 power 0. So similarly hexadecimal 263. So how to convert an hexadecimal 263 to equivalent decimal. So here hexadecimal means it is so hexadecimal 263 means starting from extreme left digit, that is 2. So 2 into 16 square, 2 into 16 square plus 6 into 16 power 1 plus 3 into 16 power 0. So this is the procedure to convert from hexadecimal to decimal. So this table converts all the decimals or all the numbers from 0 to 16 to various other formats, like binary, octal and hexadecimal. So this is the table to explain about the conversions from decimal 0 to 16 decimal to binary, octal and hexadecimal. So So next we will explain about how to convert from one number system to another numbers. So basically there are four number systems: decimal, binary, octal and hexadecimal. So our next step is how to convert from one number system to other number system. That is from decimal to how to convert from decimal to binary, and decimal to octal, and decimal to hexadecimal. So take decimal 53 or 53. So how to convert decimal 53 to binary? So to convert from decimal 53 to binary, simply divide the given number by 2. Simply divide the given number by 2, and there are two parts in the division. First part is quotient and second one is remainder. Second part is remainder. So write the remainders or note down all the remainders from bottom to top, or write the remainders from bottom to top. So that 53 by 2 means the quotient is 13, remainder is 0. Again take the quotient as the number. So 13 by 2 means quotient is 6 and remainder is 1. So take 6 as the number. By 2 means quotient is 3 and remainder is 1. So continue this process until the quotient becomes 0. Continue the same process until the quotient becomes 0, and write all the digits, write all the remainders from bottom to top. So decimal 53 is equivalent to binary 110101. So here we use another term called bit. What is the bit? Bit means binary digit. Bit means binary digit. So this slide explains about how to convert a decimal number to binary. So here we taken 0.81 decimal 0.81 to binary. Similarly, how to convert a binary number into decimal equivalent, means binary to decimal equivalent. So multiply each bit in the binary number with the weight or position or base. Add up all the results of the multiplication performed. The desired decimal number is the total of the multiplication results performed. So here we may explain about how to convert a binary number to decimal number. How to convert a binary number to a decimal equivalent. So take 111001. So take 111001, binary 111001 to decimal. So starting from extreme left to, so here there are 6 bits are there. So starting from extreme left to right, starting from with first digit, that is 1 into 2 power 5 plus 1 into 2 power 4 plus 1 into 2 cube plus 0 into 2 square plus 0 into 2 power 1 and 1 into 2 power 0. So 32 plus 16 plus 8 plus 0 plus 0 1. So that is 57. That is decimal 57. So how to convert a binary equivalent to how to convert a binary number to a decimal number means first step is count number of digits, that is 6 digits, starting from extreme left to right, move towards extreme left to right. So the first digit is 1, 1 into 2 power 5 and 1 into 2 power 4, like that. So next is how to convert binary and octal, binary to octal. So if base is the integer power of other base R2, that is R1 is equals to R2 power D. Example, 8 is equals to 2 cube. So for binary to octal, for binary to octal conversion, we may take 3 bits. We may take 3 bits as a group. We may take 3 bits as a group. Similarly, to convert from binary to hexadecimal, we may use 4 bits as a group. We may use 4 bits as a group. So this table explains about or convert from binary to octal and octal to binary. That is, for taking binary to octal, we may group up 3 bits as a group, and for converting from binary to hexadecimal, we take 4 bits as a group. So next problem is conversion from binary to octal. So convert these binary numbers into octal numbers. So the first one is 0 1 0 0 1 0 1 1 1 1. So refer to the binary octal conversion table. So the step is take 3 bits as a group, and if there are any bits required, add zeros. So how to convert a binary number to octal? So to convert from a given binary number to octal, take 3 bits as a group and start from left to right. So how to convert binary to hexadecimal? Similarly, as in binary to octal, in hexadecimal take 4 bits as a group. The same method employed in binary octal conversion is used once again. Assume that, so from the theorem 16 is equals to 2 power 4, hence 4 digits in a binary number is equivalent to 1 digit in the hexadecimal. So 4 digits in a binary number. So for binary to hexadecimal, take 4 digits in a binary number is equivalent to 1 digit in hexadecimal. Similarly, to convert from binary to octal, take 3 digits in a binary number which is equivalent to 1 digit in hexadecimal. So next is, so this table converts all the binary to hexadecimal, or simply displays the table with hexadecimal and binary numbers of from 0 to F or 0 to 16. So here is another example to convert from octal to hexadecimal. So to convert from octal to hexadecimal, how to convert from octal to hexadecimal? Convert the following octal numbers into hexadecimal numbers. So how to convert octal number, how to convert octal number to equivalent hexadecimal number. So convert the following octal numbers into hexadecimal numbers, that is 16. So convert octal 65 and convert octal 123 into hexadecimal. So first step is convert, take each digit and convert into equivalent binary numbers as taking 3 bits as a group. After that, convert them into 4 bits. So decimal octal 65 is equivalent to decimal hexadecimal 35. Similarly, how to convert hexadecimal to binary? How to convert hexadecimal to binary? Convert the following hexadecimal numbers into binary equivalent. So convert hexadecimal 1 to B to equivalent binary. So to convert them, first take one by one digit and convert. So we convert hexadecimal to binary, so that take 4 bits as a group. So convert each bit into equivalent binary number and combine all the digits to form a binary number. So next, another important topic or another concept is binary arithmetic. What is binary arithmetic means? How to do by arithmetics like additions, subtractions, multiplications and divisions in using binary numbers. So how to add two binary numbers, how to subtract a binary number from another number, like this. So we start with addition of 2 bits. So binary numbers have only 2 bits or 2 digits, 0 and 1. So addition, we start with addition. So 0 plus 0 is equals to 0 and 0 plus 1 is equals to 1 and 1 plus 0 is equals to 1 and 1 plus 1 is equals to 1 0. So in binary, 1 plus 1 means, in binary number system, 1 plus 1 means 1 0. 1 plus 1 means the sum is 0 and other part is 1. So that 1 plus 1 is 1 0 and 1 plus 1 plus 1 means 1 0 plus 1, that is 1 1. So here are simple examples. Add binary numbers 0 1 0 1 1 1 plus 0 1 1 1 0. So these are the examples for adding two binary numbers. Multiplication, similarly multiplication is same as decimal numbers. 0 into 0 means 0, 0 into 1 means 0, 1 into 0 means 1, 0 and 1 into 1 means 1. Subtraction, similarly subtraction means 0 minus 0 is 0, 0 minus 1 means 0 minus 1 is not possible, so that we borrow a bit 1 and so 1 0 minus 1 means 1, borrow is 1. So 0 minus 1 is 1 and borrow is 1 and 1 minus 0 is 1 and 1 minus 1 is 0. So these are the examples for adding, doing some arithmetics like additions and subtractions with binary numbers. So next, this is another PPT, and in this PPT we may explain about DOS, that is third and fourth unit, DOS commands and operating system. So what is an operating system? What is the definition of operating system and different types of operating system? DOS commands and disk operating system. DOS means disk operating system. So what are the features and applications of DOS, and what are the different types of DOS commands? All these things we may explain here in this PPT. This is another PPT. So what is disk operating system or DOS? DOS was the first widely installed operating system for personal computers. It is a command line. Generally, DOS is one of the first generation operating system. First generation operating system developed by Microsoft Corporation. DOS means disk operating system. It is a text-driven, command-driven operating system. Generally, DOS is a single user, single processor operating system. DOS is a single user, single processor and a single tasking operating system. It is a text-based, command-based operating system. So what are DOS commands or MS-DOS commands? Generally, a command is the name of a special program that makes your computer carry out a task. So what is a MS-DOS command? A command is nothing but it is an instruction. It is an instruction given by the user to the computer. So generally DOS is a text based, means it contains some alphabets and instructions and commands. Text based command line. Command line means generally DOS commands are generally entered from command prompt only. Another type of, why? Because DOS means DOS is a first generation text based operating system, and nowadays we are using GUI based operating systems. GUI means graphical user interface. Graphical user interface operating system means it contains some windows, or it contains some dialog boxes, and it contains some other parts, icons and others. So through GUI users can interact directly with the operating system. Examples are, what are the examples of GUI based means Microsoft Windows. Generally GUI based, all GUI based operating systems have icons, menus and dialog boxes. Icons, menus and dialog boxes. So what is an icon? Icon is a small picture. Generally it contains some, it is attached with some application containing some picture on it. And menus and submenus means generally in GUI based operating systems, all the commands or all the instructions are generally formed in menus and submenus only. Dialog box. What is dialog box? Dialog box is a small window. There are two types of windows. First one is windows and the second one is dialog box. So window is nothing but it is a area where some information or some text or some instruction generally to be displayed. Dialog box means dialog boxes are also part of windows. They are small window, but not like a ordinary windows. They are small window having some commands or buttons on it, placed on it, like save, OK, cancel buttons. Generally dialog boxes are used to communicate or to give some message or to display some message to the user, like error messages, or to generally use it to accept some information from the users. So generally in files in operating systems like DOS as well as in Windows operating system, all the files, data or information, all the data and information is generally stored in the form of files. Generally stored in the form of file. What is a file? So generally a file is a place where all the data or some data or information is kept, and every file is having a separate having a unique name in it. So again file have two parts. The first part is called as the primary file name or main file name. Secondary, generally the primary file is maximum length, having length of 8 characters maximum, and every primary file should start with a alphabet, not a symbol or not a digit. And another rule to form a file name is all file names should have either may use alphabets or digits, but should start with the alphabet. It should not contain any special characters like star or dollar like that. And secondary part of a file is called as extension. What is extension? It is called as a file extension or extension. It is a 3-digit character, and there are many files are used, many types of files are used like .exe, .com, .docx, .ppt, .xls. So every file have separate extension, and every file have every file should open with that supportive application only. Means every application have separate file extensions. So for example, MS Word files have extension .doc, MS Excel files have extension .exls, MS PowerPoint files have an extension .ppt like that, and text files have generally .txt extensions. So file is simply a collection of information that you store on a disk or display. So generally, what is a file? File contains some data or information stored in it, and generally these files are stored in the computer or in a disk on a computer. Second one is must have a unique names, means every file have a unique name, means no two files have the same name. So every file is unique, and again files have two parts, the file name and the extension part separated by a dot. So example is a receipt.doc. Next, extension. So as we already told that extension uses use extension to make your files more descriptive. Means generally .doc files have word means represents word files. .xls files represents Excel documents. .ppt files represents extension represents PowerPoint documents like that. Directories. So another important concept in any operating system is directory. So files and directories are two concepts, files and directories. So what are directories? Directories means generally by using directories we may organize our files on our computer or on our hard disk or a computer. So every directory have some root directory, base root directory, and every directory may also have some subdirectories within it. Means every directory may contain any number of files and any number of subdirectories within it, and again the subdirectories may have other files and subdirectories also. So directories are generally used to store similar types of files, or similar types of applications in one place. So softwares, what are softwares, and what are the different types of software? This is also one of the setup question from second or third unit. Third unit means softwares. So as we already discussed in the class that generally softwares are two types. First one is application system software, and the second one is application software. So what is a software? Software is a collection of some programs or collection of some applications to do a particular task. Generally software contains some instructions that tell the computer how to process data into the form you want, and software and programs are interchangeable. So basically there are two types of softwares are available. First one is system and software and application software. First one is system software and second one is application software. So system software enables the application software to interact with the computer hardware. Generally system software means it is the operating systems like Windows operating system, like DOS operating system, Linux operating system, like that. And generally every computer needs some operating system to start or initiate the system components, And operating systems are programs that coordinate computer resources, provide an interface between users and the computer and run applications. Generally, operating systems are the application softwares or system softwares. Generally, they are mainly used to start or coordinate the computer resources, means computer hardware parts with the operating system and with the users or user programs. It is an interface. Generally, operating systems are behaves like an interface between between the users means end users, and the computer and the hardware. And generally, operating systems are also used to run application programs and other applications. And operating systems also contain some utility programs, small programs or utility programs, some tools to perform some specific task related to managing computer resources. And similarly, operating systems also contain some device drivers. There are also some type of softwares used to there are also special programs used to design to allow particular input and output devices to communicate with the rest of the computer system. So, operating system mainly contains what are the system software? Operating system mainly contains some tools, small utilities, device drivers, and some utilities, device drivers, and other parts. So, what are the functions or functionalities of operating system? So, managing resources means memory, processing, storage, and devices like printers. So, the main working or work of a operating system is to create some interface, to create or to establish some interface among or to initiate various resources. Resources of a computer means like input devices, output devices, and memory units, and processing units, storage devices like that, printers like that. And providing user interface. Providing user interface means should be used to create an user interface in between the application and the application user and the application, and running of the applications, running of the softwares, and running of the programs. So, what are the different kinds of different types of softwares? So, second type of software is called as application software. So, provides the real functionality of a computer. It helps you to use your computer to do specific types of work, basic applications widely used in all career areas. So, first type of software is called as system software. Example is operating system. Second type of operating software is called as application software. Generally, it provides the real functionality